Cal here, and I'm going to talk about KCTC's beefy broadband speeds. You can feast on the ultimate security experience. Monitor from anywhere, deter crime, and save money. KCTC offers a grade A premium menu of solutions, keeping you online, secured, and giving you the meat sweats. Plus, all new customers are entered to win a half a hog or a beef bundle. Don't stew on it. Visit kctc.net/beefybroadband.
Everybody, and welcome to the 2024 Washington County Fair Bucket Bottle Cast Show. We are going to go ahead and get started here. Our judge today is Mason Edwards. I'll let him introduce himself here.
Well, good afternoon, I guess. Like she said, my name is Mason Edwards. I grew up in central Iowa and recently just moved to Indiana to live out there. I just started a new job with a company called Better Biosecurity. It's an animal health company, and then also I'm a feed specialist for Umbarger Show Feeds here in Iowa. So past that, yep, just enjoy judging shows and helping kids around the state with their livestock projects. So happy to be here and look forward to judging the bottle calves today.
And we also have our fair royalty in the ring, and I'll let her introduce herself.
Hello, my name is Kenzie Miller. I am your 2024 Washington County Fair Princess. I am the daughter of Kevin and Brenda Miller of Wellman, and I will be a senior at Mid-Prairie High School in the fall.
Now entering the ring is Class 1 of seniors, Tyler Rogers, Grace Skelton, Nicholas Pasha, Jasper Larimer, and Tate Bombi. We would like to recognize the graduating senior member who is wearing a gray 4-H polo sponsored by Widoff Farm Supply, Jasper Larimer. We would like to thank KCTC for their generous gift to live stream all shows. That link is listed on the show program, so you can tune in for other shows this week. We appreciate their generous support. Family and friends around the world get to enjoy this year. You can enjoy this show again by following the link at the top of the show program to see all previously recorded Washington County Exhibitor Fair livestock shows on the KCTC YouTube channel. We would like to recognize and thank Federation Bank for their sponsorship of the 4-H t-shirts for each member this year. You'll notice many of the showmen are wearing those today.
Well, like I said, good afternoon, and it's a pleasure to be here for the second year doing the Bottle Calf Show. On the drive here, I thought back, and we had a fun time, and we take our time through this show for you guys standing ringside, or our parents, or grandparents ringside. As we judge these things today, they're scored on a number of criteria. I'm going to be the judge in terms of showmanship, and then just how their cattle appear to be here in the ring and their condition and how well these exhibitors have done. As we get started here in our senior showmanship and our senior class here, man, these 5 exhibitors do an awesome job. And I pulled them over in no particular order. It's all going to be based off of a grading scale. Last year we kind of went down and we talked about some of these exhibitors, and then they let us know which one will be your class winner. So we pulled the young man in over here with the Red Angus calf, and man, his calf is wanting to fight him just a little bit today. So maybe he takes a little bit of a hit in terms of his showmanship, just for his calf maybe wanting to fight him. And as we start talking about showmanship in any species, we got to have the exhibitor on track, and then we got to have the animal to follow with them. So, maybe not that animal's day and just one that doesn't want to be out here, but I like how that young man presents himself here in the ring. I wish his calf would want to work with him here today, because he's got a nice calf, good in terms of condition, really good there. The young man in the gray, man, I love that one in terms of condition, and the way he's got that one presented out here. He does an awesome job. He's a little more laid back in terms of his style here in his showmanship, and I appreciate that about him. He comes in the ring and does an awesome job. Young man does a really, really good job there. Young man with the black heifer that comes in first in the ring, I thought initially, in terms of showmanship, presentation, and the way he puts himself out there, he's a little intense. He gets his calf set up extremely good. Maybe within this drive gets a little skinnier in terms of condition out here. But man, that's a good bodied heifer. She's got pieces that certainly just needs to grow and move up within the lineup here today. Young man with the baldy, I like him, and just in terms of eye contact and his intensity as he comes in the ring, he does an awesome job there. He's got one of the bigger framed heifers here in the ring, and you like that one just for her bone and her flexibility. She's a functional heifer that certainly looks like as she matures and grows up could have some pieces that would be good in terms of production. Then we talk about the young lady with the Hereford marked one. I love that one's condition. I like that one's rib cage and body shape. We talk about her in terms of showmanship and her ability to put that calf together out here. I love how she comes in. She gets that one set up, parks it up here extremely good, gets it set up. She does an awesome job. Let's put our hands together. A really good first class of seniors.
Receiving purples and coming back for championship drive was Grace Skelton and Tate Bombi. Receiving blues was Tyler Rogers, Nicholas Pasha, and Jasper Larimer. Now entering the ring for Class 2 is Now entering the ring for Class 2, Tyler Rogers, Nicholas Pasha, Courtney Kalupa, Madison Conway, and Haley Plank. We would like to take this time and recognize Courtney Kalupa, a senior this year, wearing a gray 4-H polo sponsored by Whittoff Farm Supply. We would also like to thank Hammis Brothers Sawmill of Ollie for donating the wood chips this year.
Hello everyone, my name is Jade Sheets and I am the Washington County Fair Queen. I am the 17-year-old daughter of Brad and Lynn Sheets from Washington, and I will be a senior this fall at Washington High School.
Hi everyone, my name's Maya Murphy. I am your 2024 Washington County Fair Miss Congeniality. I'm the 17-year-old daughter of Michael and Marcy Murphy, and I will be a senior at Washington this fall. I hope you're all enjoying your week and have a good rest of the week.
Another good group of our senior showmen within this drive, and the young lady that we'll start with over here on the left, and as I said in the first class, lining them up in no particular order with maybe how I scored them within the drive. So the young lady to the left here, man, she's got a really good and awesome steer. Looks like a good feeding kind of steer that looks like he certainly will gain and have some gain throughout his lifetime. Young lady just does an awesome job at getting that one set up. I like her presentation. I like her posture out here. She did an awesome job from the minute she came in the gate and works with that steer out here. Young man, another one, brings us a good steer within the drive. Maybe one of the only ones we'll see throughout the day that is a Jersey steer out here. But man, that's a good kind of Jersey steer there. Rib cage is good, and just in terms of condition and presentation's good. I like that young man, just how he presents his cattle here within this second class. Young man that brings us the heifer here in third, or the third one we'll talk about, does an awesome job just in terms of getting that one to set up and stop. Man, that one's cooperating with him. When he asks it to go, it goes. He does a good job, and looks like he's done a lot of work at home getting that one to cooperate. Young lady that brings us probably maybe one of the heavier weight ones within the class, a big-bodied heifer. You like her condition. You like just the way that she presents herself here in the ring. Maybe one that wants to act up just a little bit. Young lady's doing an awesome job sticking with her and putting her together as good as she can out here. I like that calf. She's got pieces that read very futuristic and very fun project for that young lady. The marked up one, like this one, he's a attention-grabbing calf that comes in the ring, a little grayer, smoky gold color, I guess, if you will. I like that calf just in terms of its lines. It's got some grow and got some just size and stature to it. Maybe not as just soft in terms of her center body cavity as some of the ones that go ahead of them. But man, that young lady does a good job. I wish that calf would cooperate with her as we talk about her, because she's got the right posture. She's got the right intentions out here. Her calf's just wanting to be a knothead. Another good class of seniors. Put your hands together as we exit the ring.
Receiving purples and coming back for championship drive is Courtney Kalupa and Nicholas Pasha. And you can go ahead and pull forward. And then receiving blues is Tyler Rogers, Madison Conway, and Haley Plank. entering for championship drive is Grace Skelton, Tate Bombi, Courtney Kalupa, and Nicholas Pesha. We would like to take this time and recognize Bob Spenner, the superintendent, who is wearing his red shirt that is donated by the Washington County Farm Bureau. Thank you for putting in all your time before, during, and after the fair to make sure the show runs smoothly. Thank you, Bob, for making the show happen.
I think as we round out our senior division or our senior age group here, we get these four back out here, and man, they're all extremely good, and they show in different styles in terms of showmanship. And as they told me, when we bring them back out here, we judge them just strictly based off of showmanship. And you know, I've talked with these kids, and showmanship to me is not a quiz bowl. It's you know, how they can present their calf out here and how they can put their animals together. So you know, I ask them some simple questions, but that doesn't play into their showmanship ability. You know, as we get them out here, the young lady to the far right, We love her, just her posture and the way she comes in the ring. She's probably our most laid-back showman out here, and just in terms of her intensity. But man, she does a good job. That right there, when she's got that calf set up, is extremely good, and the way she needs to put that one together, she does a really, really good job. I like the young man's a little more upbeat intensity out here with the Baldy calf. He does an awesome job at bringing that one in the ring and having it broke to lead. Man, that one's just skin and hair, and its presentation out here is so good. Looks like he's done an awesome job working on that one at home. You know, we could get a little picky on him and say, hey, let's just fix your posture a little bit out here, the way we get our calf set up and stuff like that. But man, I just like how he comes in the ring, and he's here to have fun within the show today. Young lady, again, another one that's a little more upbeat, a little bit more ready to be here. Man, I like how she brings that calf to the ring and puts that one together. There's times that calf wants to just work up on her just a little. I like how she's staying calm. I like how she's still just working with that steer, bringing him out here and getting him put together as good as she can. I think she does an awesome job just at having a calf that's so well presented in terms of his condition. My hat's off to her. She does an awesome job. Young man here that we'll talk about last, I love that one, and just in terms of another one that's skin and hair and condition out here, it's just so good. I like this young man's just style as he comes to the ring, a little more laid back of the four that we talk about him. You know, we could get picky on him and just change his posture a little bit. He kind of wants to stand a little more facing me. If he could just get out in front of that calf and really show that one off, get it set up just a little bit better. Man, you just like the way he comes back out here. Man, these are four awesome, really good showmen. Let's put our hands together and we'll get you your champion.
Your Bucket Bottle Senior Champion is Grace Skelton. And your reserve champion is Tate Bombi. The Senior Champion Trophy was sponsored by Bob and Joanne Spenner family, and the Senior Reserve was sponsored by Jeff, Karen, and Kelsey Fair. Now entering the ring for your intermediate Class 1, William Greiner, Joseph Pasha, Tessa Bombi, Marissa Kalupa, and Clayton Bartholomew. We would like to thank all of those that are helping today with the show. Bryn Northrup, Deidre Baker, Lily Clark, Emma Stalder, Neil Magelson, Claire Stalder, Karen Magelson, and Dan Northrup. Immediately following the Bucket Bottle Show today, there will be a Clover Kid Bucket Bottle Show. Clover Kid participants have been mentored by Bucket Bottle Showmen to learn more about the beef species. So please stick around and see the next generation getting involved in this department. Clover Kid participants in this class should get their show number from the extension office. I'd like to take this time and thank KCTC for their generous gift to live stream all shows. And that link is listed on top on the show program, so you can tune in for other shows this week. We appreciate their generous support. Families and friends around the world get to enjoy this year. You can enjoy this show again by following the link at the top of the show program to see all previously recorded Washington County Fair livestock shows on the KCTC YouTube channel.
As we move into our intermediates, we go down in the age group of kids, but I would tell you that, man, these 5 kids are doing just an awesome job. I love the showmanship out of all 5 of these kids. They do an awesome job. Young man here that leads us with his black heifer, I like that one just in terms of her style and her kind out here. Man, he brings us a really good heifer just in terms of a good-looking one that's got some belly, got some condition on her. I like how he gets that one put together when we start talking about showmanship. He's out here and he's intense. When he gets that one stopped and set up, man, she can give you a killer look. He does a really good job. Young lady that brings us the Baldy, Smoky Baldy, I like that calf just in terms of his kind. Looks like one that certainly has some durability. Good feet and legs on that steer there. Man, she does another good job at getting this one just to get himself put together and stop and stand still. I think, when we start talking about just putting these cattle together and, we start talking about just her posture and the way she presents her calf out here, man, she rises to the top of my list pretty handily in terms of just her posture and the way she can get one put together. Young lady does a good job there. Young man here that brings us the black one, man, I like that one just in terms of functionality, a good built one. a good kind of calf that he brings here that's presented awfully good. He's one that we talk about a little more laid back just in terms of their showmanship style, and that's okay because he does a good job of getting that one to set itself up and getting it parked right. Young man's just doing a really good job there. Probably the biggest one in our class is the young lady's red calf, and man, she does a good job just in terms of presenting that one and bringing him to the fair with a good hide and good hair on him. I like how she puts that one together. At times, maybe within the drive, that calf fights her a little bit. I like how she sticks with it. I like how she sticks together with that calf. She's got an awfully good feeding one, I think. A really good calf there. Young man that rounds out our group of 5 here, I think just does an awesome job. I like his posture. Maybe the lightest weight calf within the class, but I think one that certainly's got some grow and some doability to him. A calf that just looks like it needs some more time on feed. I like the young man's posture. I like the way he presents himself. He does a really nice job there. Let's put our hands together for these 5 intermediates. All of them doing a really good job.
Receiving purples and coming back for championship drive, Clayton Bartholomew and Tessa Bombi. Receiving blues is Joseph Pasha, William Greiner, and Marissa Kalupa. Now entering the ring is Class 2 of intermediates, Tessa Bombi, Austin Sexton, Allison Reed, and Clayton Bartholomew. I'd like to tell you a little bit more about what these 4-Hers do for their project. So for the seniors and intermediates, they do a record book, an interview, and then take a test about different knowledge of calves and feed. The juniors go through and do a book and also do a interview with 2 different judges, and then here at the show, they're judged on showmanship and production.
Another a really good class of these intermediate as we get into them. And, you know, we talked about the young man just in terms of in the last class. And as he gets back out here in this class, another just extremely good job. We talk about his heifer. You know, that's a bigger frame calf that certainly has some grow to her and a little bit of stature within the lineup out here. Man, he does a good job at just getting that one put together out here in terms of hair and hide and bringing that one to the fair. Getting her presented. Young man does a good job there. The young lady with the baldy steer out here, man, I like that one just in terms of his rib shape, and he's a good kind of steer at this size, and she does a good job getting him set up and put together. You know, I like her posture, and I just like the way she presents herself in the ring out here. Man, she does a good job. As we talk about that steer, you know, maybe one of the hairier ones that we've seen come through the ring today. I think there's a lot of positives there. Young lady does a good job. The young lady comes again in this class, maybe with the smaller one within the drive. But man, you like that one just in terms of her feet and her legs and the way she brings that calf to the show today. We talked about her just in terms of her posture and the way she presents herself out here. Another showman that just does an awesome, awesome job. Probably the stoutest and maybe the burliest steer we'll see today comes in here, and the last one we talk about. I like that steer just in terms of his look. He's so good looking out here. He's got big feet and legs, and then he's got a lot of muscle to go with it, and it all matches, and I appreciate that about the steer. Young lady said, you know, it was a little challenging to get that one to break to lead, and then now we're working on getting him to stand still. You know, I think with that being said, she does an awesome job at just staying composed out here and just working with that steer. You know, he's being a knothead, but I think she does an awesome job. Another good group of intermediates. Let's put our hands together as they exit the ring.
Receiving purples and coming back for championship drive, Allison Reed, Clayton Bartholomew, and Tessa Bombi. Receiving a red is Austin Sexton. And Clayton and Tessa, you could choose which calf to bring back.
Cal here, and I'm going to talk about KCTC's beefy broadband speeds. You can feast on the ultimate security experience. Monitor from anywhere, deter crime, and save money. KCTC offers a grade A premium menu of solutions, keeping you online, secured, and giving you the meat sweats. Plus, all new customers are entered to win a half a hog or a beef bundle. Don't stew on it. Visit kctc.net/beefy broadband.
Back in the ring for championship drive is Clayton Bartholomew, Allison Reed, and Tessa Bombi.
like we talked about as we entered into this intermediate drive, these kids are just doing an awesome job. And, as we think back to last year, I know for darn sure that we've seen some of them come back in the ring. And honestly, it's rewarding to see these kids want to come back and do this project again better. Yeah, they're better in terms of their showmanship skills. They're better in terms of their presentation and just the way that they present their cattle out here, I think is really awesome to see as I enter year 2 judging this thing. As we talk about these 3 showmen, like we said, there's a couple of them that come back and just do an awesome job. The young man to the far right, we talked about him. We love his intensity, and we like the way that he gets these things presented out here. He gets his intensity maybe ramps up just a little high at times, and he gets a little aggressive. Maybe that calf just doesn't want to put herself together at times. But man, when he gets that one set, you love just the way that he makes eye contact out here. You like the condition that he brings this calf, the way he's worked on that one. Does an extremely good job there. The young lady we talked about within the last class of our within this division, man, that's a really good calf from the side profile. He's awesome in terms of his look and just his muscle and his product that he has out here for being that size to pack that much heat. You like those things about that calf. As we break her down to either side of our showman and we critique them a little bit, maybe her posture, I'd like to see her just get out in front of that calf and present that one. But man, she just does an awesome job at bringing one that's presented well in terms of his condition, presented well. I like the way that she just brings that calf to the show ring today. Young lady with a baldy, in terms of just getting one to set up and stop, you watch that calf kind of want to wiggle on her a little bit. She looks like she's practiced with that one at home in terms of getting him just to stop and set up. And then we start talking about the calf. Is he the chunkiest in terms of his condition out here? No, but I think, we start talking about just where he's at for his immaturity of his weight. We talk about his height and his hair. Man, she just does an awesome job. You like her posture probably of the trio. You like the way that she just presents herself out here within the calves. These 3 kids are doing a really good job. Let's put our hands together. We'll get you your champion in reserve.
Your champion intermediate is Clayton Bartholomew. And your reserve is Tessa Bombi.
At this time, we do have another award to give out today. It's the Above and Beyond Award in honor of Harry Walker, who was our past superintendent. One thing Harry stressed greatly is the youth helping outside of not just the show ring. And today I'd like to honor Clayton Bartholomew. He helped at all of our workshops, our workouts, in the barn, all the time. So Clayton Bartholomew is receiving our Harry Walker Above and Beyond Award.
Now entering the ring for the junior class 1 is Bristol Kuchera, Cooper Barnes, Tinley Griner, Jacob Pasha, Logan Hotchkiss, and Augusta Griner. We hope you can join us again at the fair on Thursday at the Lions Stage at 5 p.m. for special Hall of Fame recognition, State Fair Awards, and the Fair Favorite Bucket of Junk auction. Sculptures are all started as identical buckets of junk and were then created by area youth, families, and businesses into these sculptures. They are on display in the commercial exhibit building and will be up for auction on Thursday immediately following the awards at 5 p.m. All proceeds go to support Washington County 4-H enrollment fees, which current makes 4-H free for all 406 members and 160 Clover kids. I'd like to take this time again to thank Hamas Brothers Sawmill of Ollie for donating the wood chips for the cattle barns this year.
Well, as we move into our junior division, we get a lot of first-year members, and certainly as a judge, I will always take the extra time just to work with these kids, make sure they're having fun, and then, ultimately making sure they're comfortable here in the ring. So, as we start talking about them, the young man that brings his Bronco-faced one in here into the ring, like that calf just in terms of condition and kind. Young man's fighting a cast there, so not able just to get around these, yes. But man, he did an awesome job getting that one just brought to the show and, not giving up. My compliments to that young man. The next young man does a good job. He's got a real good kind of cattle that he brings to the ring, and good in terms of just the way that one's fed and put together. I like his posture and the way he gets his calf put together out here. You can tell there's been some practice at home. Young man does just a really, really good job. The next young lady, another one that you like, that one's just body and fill out here today. You can tell she's put in the work to make sure that calf is eating and doing well at home. I like that one just in terms of her kind, and just her feet and legs are so correct, and the way she brings that calf to the ring. In terms of her knowledge, she does just an awesome job at answering questions. That's the most important part to me, is just they bring them and they're having fun and knowledgeable about their project. Next young lady, I like her calf, and I like the way she brings that one here. I like that calf's rib and body, and just the kind that calf looks like it can grow and be. Got some scale and size to it. Young lady does an awesome job at just staying calm and putting that one together out here. Really, really good job there. Young man that brings us chocolate next, his calf chocolate here, does an awesome job at getting that one set up within the group. I like the way he stands off of that calf, and he's got his posture right. He does his transitions right with his halter. Man, he just brings us an awesome, good kind of steer here that's got some condition and got some body. Young man there is doing a really, really good job with his product or his project. Probably the lightest weight one within the drive is the next one that we'll talk about. I like the way that young lady brings her calf to the show and gets that one set up. She's doing an awesome job just in terms of, that one's hair, and he's a hairy calf that's presented very, very well out here. Maybe some more days on feed as an outsider looking in comparatively to the other cattle, but that's still a good functional kind of steer that the young lady brings. Let's put our hands together as we let these juniors exit the ring. They're all doing an awesome job in their first year.
Receiving purples and coming back for championship drive, Logan Hotchkiss and Cooper Barnes. And you could go ahead and pull on. And the rest are receiving blues, Bristol, Tinley Griner, Jacob Pasha, and Augusta Griner. Now entering the ring for junior member class 2, Cooper Barnes, Lillian Griner, Henry Klein, Tinley Griner, Carson Williams, and Josephine Griner. We'd like to recognize and thank Federation Bank for their sponsorship of the 4-H t-shirts. For each member this year, you'll notice many of the showmen are wearing those today.
Another good group of them as we get them out here in this in this junior class. The young man with the red heifer there on the end, I like that one's just feet and legs, and certainly you know, he's brought that calf and presented it extremely well in terms of height and just being a fresh presented one. Young man just does an awesome job at getting his cattle presented here within this class. The next young man, I like the way he comes in the ring. He brings us a really good bodied calf that's got some just look and presentation out here. You know, we switched a few things up on the young man, and I told him just a few things on showmanship, and when he does that, man, he puts a really good calf together, does an awesome job. The next young lady, I like that calf's body, and I just like her feet and legs that she comes out here with. Certainly a sound, functional one. The young lady does an awesome job, very knowledgeable about her project, very quick to answer when I asked her a few questions there. He really does a good job there. The next young man, I like his just calmness and composure out here. Man, he's just so good about bringing that calf to the ring and getting it set up. Certainly got that one broke extremely well to bring it out here into the ring and just present it so well. You know, we talk about condition and just where these things are at. Young man probably brings us one that's at it or really good in terms of condition and just presented so well. I like the way he comes here to the ring and shows his calf. The next young lady doing a freaking awesome job just in terms of belly, and that calf is wanting to just work up on her just a little bit. But man, she's just doing an awesome job and sticking with it. She's really good about her presentation and just the way she answers her questions. I like the way that she brings her calf here today, doing a really good job for her first year there. The next young lady, I like this calf just in terms of its size and its scale. Man, she brings us a really good steer that's got some body, got really good feet and legs, that's sound and functional. She does an awesome job. Just the way she presents that calf. I like how she's got the right idea. You know, we talk about her just in terms of her calf wanting to maybe move around on her a lot and work her up just a little bit. She sticks with it and just does an awesome job. Let's put our hands together for these junior exhibitors as they exit the ring. They're all doing a really good job.
Receiving purples and coming back are Henry Klein and Cooper Barnes. Go ahead. And then receiving blues, Lillian Greiner, Tinley Greiner, Carson Williams, and Josephine Greiner. Entering the ring is Junior Class 3, John Cook, Taya Bombi, Brinley Stout, Caden Lewers, Adelie Merrick, and Adeline Beinhardt. I'd like to take this time and thank KCTC for their generous gift to live stream all shows. That link is listed on the show program, so you can tune in for other shows this week. We appreciate their generous support. Families and friends around the world get to enjoy this year. You can enjoy this show again by following the link at the top of the show program to see all previously recorded Washington County Exhibitor Fair livestock shows on the KCTC YouTube channel.
A really good group of juniors as we get into this heat, and honestly maybe as deep of a quality just in terms of we start talking about production of the cattle and then just showmanship. Man, it gets heated up within this class. The young lady that leads us off over here to the left, initially when she came in the gate, and as she keeps working through the drive, she's doing just an awesome job at getting that one to set up right. She's got the right idea of where that calf needs to be. I like how she gets that calf put together and keeps it calm. A really good steer just in terms of hair. Feet and legs are extremely good. The young lady does a really good job. Young man that's got the red baldy, man, he's doing a killer job of getting that one presented. A calf that maybe didn't want to lead the pack as we brought him in. As we get that one stopped and set up, you can tell he's done his work at home, and just in terms of breaking that one and getting it to the fair, it's got some rib shape and some body out here. That young man does a really good job getting that one presented. Next young man with the black calf, I like that one's just muscle and just shape out here. He's done a really good job at bringing that one to the fair with a big back and a lot of muscle packed into that steer. Certainly a good feeding a kind of steer. I like that young man's posture. I like the way he presents himself in the ring. He's doing a killer job. Good job to him. The young lady with the socket-legged calf, man, that one's got some size and got some stature. A calf that's really good looking from the side profile. She's so good at just getting that calf to stop and present itself. You know, maybe at times it just gets maybe not as set up as perfect, but certainly she's got the right idea. She does a good job at getting that one just to present himself on the standstill. Young lady, initially when she came in, she just grabs your attention. When she comes in the ring, her presentation, her calf is extremely good in terms of depth of belly. I like that one's hair coat. I like that one's just a look that she presents from the side. The young lady does a good job at just getting that one put together. You know, when we get it on the side profile, you know, I thought she could give it as good of a look as any of them out here. The young lady that rounds out our class here, I like that calf just for stoutness and his functionality out here. Young lady's done a good job at bringing that calf to the fair and getting him cleaned up. Brought to the ring today, looking good today. She does a good job at just staying calm and working with him out here. You know, at times he wants to be a knothead and work up on her, but she does a good job. Another really good class of juniors. Let's show our appreciation to them as they exit the ring.
Receiving purples and coming back for championship drive, Taya Bombi, Adeline Beinhardt, Caden Lewers, and Brinley Stout. Receiving blues, John Cook and Adelie Merrick. Now entering the ring for junior class 4, Annie Troyer, Isabel Beinhardt, Logan Hotchkiss, Madison Marsh, Lucas Bender, Parker Conway.
Another good group of them, and the young man that leads us out here with his Red Angus steer is doing an awesome job. We talked about him in another class. We just like his posture. We like the way he puts these cattle together. Man, he's doing an awesome job with that calf, just in terms of presenting it. A good kind of steer that certainly is a good future, a good project for that young man. I like the young man's steer that comes next, just in terms of the way he presents that calf. It's an up-headed steer that's got some hair and got some look to it. I like those things about that steer. That young man does a good job at getting that one set up and has the right idea in terms of where we're putting that one in terms of his feet placement. He brings us a really nice calf that he's put in a lot of time and effort at home with, as you can tell just looking at him from the outside looking in. Young lady does an awesome job, and I like her intensity when she comes in the ring. She's got a good calf that's got a big rib, a big belly in him, good in terms of his feet and legs. She does a really good job of presenting him, and at times maybe doesn't get him set up perfectly, but certainly you can tell she's put in a lot of time just in terms of leading, getting that one broke at home. A good project for that young lady. Next young lady that comes out with the brown tinge calf here, she does an awesome job of just getting that one to set up and present himself. She brings us a really good steer in terms of his function and just his skeletal build. A really nice calf from the side profile when you study him in terms of look. I like the way she pays attention and gets that one to set up and gets his head up every time. She's always got that calf parked. She does a really good job there. Young man's heifer that comes next is a big-bellied heifer that's got a lot of look from the side. He's doing an awesome job at bringing that one to the fair and getting it presented. I thought, just as we talk about showmanship and his presentation, I like the way he stands out in front of his calf and really gets a good presentation to that calf out here. The next one that comes out, I like this heifer. Young lady brings us Cotton Candy here, and certainly a good heifer that's got a good function and good in terms of her skeletal build. She does a good job at just bringing us one that is really good in terms of being broke and leading around the ring. I like the way she's got that one put together out here. Another good group of juniors. Let's put our hands together for them as they exit the ring.
Receiving purples and coming back for championship drive, Lucas Bender, Parker Conway, and Logan Hotchkiss. Receiving blues, Annie Troyer, Isabel Beinhardt, and Madison Marsh. Now entering the ring is our Class 5 of juniors, Madeline Stump, Lucas Bender, Adeline Beinhart, Elena Cook, Adrian Green, and Aiden Anderson. Immediately following the Bucket Bottle Show today will be the Clover Kid Bucket Bottle Show. Clover Kid participants have been mentored by Bucket Bottle Showmen to learn more about the beef species. So please stick around and see the next generation getting involved in this department.
Awesome group of juniors as we round out our last class within this division. We talked about the young lady that's going to lead us out here, and we like her posture. We like her just presentation out here. She brings us another steer that's just a good functional kind, got good structure, good feet and legs, a good project that she brings again here within this class. Young man is another one we've talked about just in terms of his intensity and just his presentation out here. We like those things about him. He brings us a really nice heifer here that's deep in terms of her center body. Certainly got some hair and got some just functionality about her skeleton. Just really good in terms of her center body. That young man's done a good job at bringing that one here and getting her presented. The young lady that comes next, I like that calf's just a practical rib shape. He's got muscle. He's really stout and just opened up in his skeleton. She does a really good job at presenting herself in terms of showmanship. I like her posture and the way she stands out in front of that steer and presents him. She does a really good job at just bringing him out here, getting him to set up and stand still, and just getting his head up and presenting herself and the calf. She does a really nice job. Next young lady that brings us the brown tinged heifer. I like that one's rib shape and just depth of center body. Really a really good boned calf that's got some hair and some function to her. I like the way this young lady brings us this calf. Really knowledgeable just in terms of the way she brings that one and what she's feeding it. Certainly a really good duo there. Young lady does a good job. The next young man brings us a bigger frame steer. Certainly you like that one's just overall structural build and just look from the side. He's done an awesome job at just getting that one broke and brought to the show here, presented fresh in terms of his skin and his hair. That young man does a really good job at just bringing one that he's practiced hard with at home, as you can tell. Next young lady that's going to round us out with this brown tinge steer. I like that one's hair. I like his muscle as we study him. From front to rear, a big bone type of steer. Young lady does a really good job in terms of getting out in front of her calf and presenting him. Certainly a really good job for that young lady in her first year showing here today. Let's put our hands together for this last class of juniors and show us their appreciation.
Receiving purples, Adrian Green, Adeline Beinhart, Lucas Bender, Elena Cook, Aiden Anderson, and Madeline Stump. They're all coming back. Above and Beyond Award was sponsored by KDK Sales. We would like to thank Federation Bank for their sponsorship of the 4-H t-shirts for each member this year. We'd also like to thank KCTC for their generous gift to live stream all shows. That link is listed on the show program so you can tune in for other shows this week. We appreciate their generous support. Families and friends around the world get to enjoy this year. You can enjoy this show again by following the link at the top of the show program to see all previously recorded Washington County Fair exhibitor livestock shows on the KCTC YouTube channel. We'd like to give another thanks to all the volunteers that are here to make this event possible. Bryn Northrup, Lily Clark, Deidre Baker, Emma Stalder, Claire Stalder, Neil Megelson, Karen Megelson, Dan Northrup.
Well, it's a really good drive of junior showmen, and honestly, I figured we'd get 5 or 6 of them back out here, and we could work our way through them. And then they told me the last class, all of them came back, and then we were going to get 16 out here. So, you know, the scores maybe reflect a little, get a little harder, I guess, in terms of scores, because we had to work through so many of them. And then if we jumble them all up from 80 to 100, we don't get very much spread. So, you know, I work the scores down, but you know, if the parents or if the kids get to see the scores and we work down a lower score, it's not because that they're you know, below a 50 showman. It's because we had to work through so many of them. So that's kind of the reasoning on the scoring. As we talk about you know, all of our showmen, we can highlight some cool things about all these kids. The young man at the front of the line, I like the way he gets his calf put together. He's calm, he's collected out here. He certainly looks like he's here to show and here to win the show. The young lady that comes next, I like just the way she presents herself and puts her calf together. A really nice calf that she brings to the show. Good work there. Young man, I like a lot of things about that brings us the red steer. Man, he presents himself good. He brings us a nice steer. He's brought us a couple nice ones here today. Really good job by that young man. Number 25, the young man that comes next, does an awesome job, and he looks like he's having fun out here. I like the way he always puts his calf together, does a really good job that way. The next young lady, I'll tell you, initially when she comes in the ring, you know, if we were able to just select them, I would tell you she's in contention because she just does an awesome job at presenting her calf. She's always working to make sure it's set up. And then once we get it set up, she's, you know, heads up and she presents herself good. Really good showman there. A bright future. Young man that comes next, I like the way he's just presented his calf. He's got it calm. He keeps it set up. You know, in terms of presentation, I'd like him to step off the front of the calf. But man, he just does such a good job and got that calf broke really well. Young man that comes next, I like his just posture and the way he brings his calf. He gets it set up really good. He brings us a really clean, good presented calf out here today. It looks like he's done a lot of work. He's having fun out here. Young lady's stubborn calf that comes next, you know, if that one would just get out and lead, I'd tell you, you know, if we were able to pick showmen out here, she would probably be in my top 5 because she does such an awesome job at putting these cattle together and just getting them presented. I like that calf in terms of muscle and just what he represents out here. Young lady does a good job. another young lady that I like does a lot of good things in terms of posture and presentation. She'd work her way up on my list again in terms of showmanship, just presentation out here. I like her calf. I like the way she presents out here. Good job. Young man, another one that works his way up just for his calf's condition and build and kind. Brings us a really fresh presented one. I like his posture and the way he presents himself. Looks like he's got a very good project and most importantly, having fun out here. Next young lady does a good job in terms of condition and getting that one presented in terms of the kind of calf she brings to the show. Full in terms of her body and got good rib shape. I like the way that she gets out in front of that calf and leads it. I like the way that she puts that calf together on the standstill. She does an awesome job. Next young man brings us a big frame steer and certainly has got some grow. Looks like he's having fun. Does a really good job at just bringing that one to the show with some condition and some flesh on him. That young man's done a good job on his project at home this summer. Next young lady that rounds out our division here does an awesome job at just getting that calf to stop and set up. Got it worked on at home in terms of just setting it up and working with it to get it to stand still. She does an awesome job as she comes out here within her first year. Before we select our champion in reserve, I think we should put our hands together for all these, most of them are first year showmen out here in this junior drive.
I'd like to thank our judge today, Mason. He's done an excellent job working with these young people and talking with them. That's what the program is about. In the history of me doing this show, I have to compliment these young people because that last group and the first groups, this last group did a really good job. That's why they're all back in here. So this is probably one of the largest groups we've ever had for a championship drive, but they all deserve to be in here. Good job. Way to go. Keep up the good work. Enjoy the rest of your fair, too. It's taken a while for the computer to get all these points adjusted for us, so we're double checking to make sure we get it correct. And so keep up the good work. Remember, next year, you can return this project as a returning bucket bottle calf in the beef show or the heifer show. Okay? So keep that in mind.
Your champion junior bucket bottle calf is Lucas Bender. And your reserve is Brinley Stout. The champion trophy is sponsored by Weir Farm Supply, and the junior reserve is by Kent L. Dahlmeyer Insurance. Be sure to stick around for the Clover Kid Bucket Bottle Show that will happen after this.
Here,